The concept of computing has remained relatively unchanged for over 7 decades, grounded in binary logic, the use of 2 states, 0 and 1. For nearly every computer chip on Earth, this binary system has been the foundation of how data is processed, logic is computed, and machines function. However, the history of technology is filled with moments where the world has questioned the accepted norm, and computing is no exception. What if binary was just a historical accident, a consequence of early technological limitations? What if there was an alternative? What if computers could process not just 2 states, but 3? This is where ternary computing enters the conversation, an alternative system that has the potential to revolutionize modern computing in ways that binary could never achieve. And surprisingly, this idea isn't as new as we might think. The concept of ternary computing was explored in the 1950s and is now resurfacing as a viable solution in the world of advanced computing. To fully understand the significance of ternary computing, let's take a trip back to the 1950s Soviet Union, a time when the world was in the midst of the Cold War and technological advancements were progressing rapidly. In the realm of computing, the Soviet Union had its share of achievements. They built one of Europe's first digital computers, and soon introduced the BSM-1, a machine that surpassed America's UNIVAC-1 in terms of computational power. But the Soviets were faced with a critical challenge. While the United States had companies like IBM cranking out computers by the thousands, the Soviet Union was still struggling with handmade machines, produced with limited resources, and no large-scale manufacturing capacity. This disparity put the Soviets at a disadvantage, limiting the spread and accessibility of computing technology. At Moscow State University, engineer Nikolai Brusentsov and his team were trying to find a way to break free from this technological gridlock. The Soviet binary machines were too costly, and their limited production made them largely inaccessible to the academic community. Brusentsov, determined to create a solution that would make computing more affordable and accessible, needed to rethink the very foundation of computer logic. That's when he met Sergei Sobolev, a brilliant mathematician who would change the course of computing history. Sobolev introduced Brusentsov to the idea of ternary mathematics, a system that operates not on 2 states, but 3. This was a revolutionary idea in the context of the binary-dominated world of computing. With this new concept in mind, Brusentsov and his team set out to design a computer based on ternary logic. Instead of using the traditional binary system of 0 and 1, they envisioned a system where each bit, now called a trit, could represent one of 3 states: -1 for no, 1 for yes, and 0 for the middle ground between the two. The potential advantages of this approach were immediately clear. A ternary system would allow more data to be processed in each step of computation, and arithmetic operations like addition and subtraction could be performed more naturally and efficiently. Negative numbers, for instance, would not need a separate sign bit as they do in binary systems, simplifying calculations. The team worked relentlessly on the project, and after 2 years of intense research and development, they introduced Setun, the world's first ternary computer, in 1958. The Setun was a groundbreaking achievement, albeit primitive by today's standards. It used just 2,000 magnetic elements and 100 germanium transistors, an incredibly small number by modern standards. Yet, Setun's design was revolutionary for its time. It was far cheaper than the binary computers available at the time, costing at least 10 times less to produce. Setun was also more efficient, using 30% fewer components than comparable binary machines. Despite these advantages, the project faced significant challenges. The primary issue was that the Soviet Union lacked the political will and infrastructure to scale the production of Setun. The world had already embraced binary computing, with the entire technological ecosystem, from memory systems to software to transistors, built around binary logic. The Soviet Union, despite having a functional ternary machine, lacked the support system to compete with the established binary world. As a result, Setun was discontinued, and ternary computing was effectively forgotten for decades. Fast forward to today, and computing is again at a critical juncture. With the rise of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and big data, modern data centers are consuming vast amounts of energy, pushing global power grids to their limits. This brings us back to a problem that Brusensov recognized in the 1950s. Binary computing might not be sufficient to meet the demands of modern technology. Once again, we find ourselves facing a wall, and once again, ternary computing could provide the answer. With advances in chip manufacturing, new semiconductor materials, and lessons learned from the past, ternary computing may now be ready for its moment in the spotlight. The breakthrough that could bring ternary computing into the mainstream comes from Huawei, which recently unveiled its new ternary chip built using a 7 nanometers process. This chip represents a leap forward in the development of ternary logic. Unlike traditional binary chips which use transistors with a single threshold, this new ternary chip uses transistors with 2 thresholds. This simple change allows the chip to distinguish between 3 states rather than just 2. This is the essence of ternary computing, and it opens up the possibility of building entire computers that can process more data in each step with less power consumption. Huawei's ternary chip has shown promising results. It uses 40% fewer components than traditional binary chips, consumes 60% less power, and operates 20% faster. These are significant improvements, especially as data centers and AI applications continue to grow in scale. The key advantage of ternary computing lies in its ability to process more information with fewer resources, allowing for smaller, more efficient circuits. The ternary logic gates, such as the basic AND gate, can handle 27 possible combinations of inputs, compared to just 4 in binary logic. This expanded capacity allows ternary systems to perform more complex calculations with fewer resources, leading to increased efficiency. But despite its promise, ternary computing still faces significant hurdles. One of the biggest challenges is noise. In a ternary system, each transistor must be able to distinguish between 3 distinct states. Even the smallest noise or imperfection in the manufacturing process can cause errors, as the 3 states may blur together. Building a reliable ternary system at scale is a difficult task. However, advancements in materials science, such as the use of graphene and carbon nanotubes, could provide a solution. These materials have the potential to allow ternary transistors to operate more efficiently, with clearer distinctions between states, reducing the likelihood of errors. Graphene, in particular, is known for its exceptional electrical conductivity and can be tuned to switch between 3 distinct states with high precision. Carbon nanotubes are similarly promising, as they can be adjusted to create 3 distinct logic levels, making them ideal for ternary systems. The use of these materials could revolutionize the development of ternary chips, allowing them to operate at lower power levels, generate less heat, and provide faster processing speeds. This would be a huge advantage in data centers and AI applications, where energy efficiency and speed are critical. In fact, recent research has shown that ternary chips built using carbon nanotubes can consume 30% less energy and take up 45% less space than their binary counterparts, all while performing the same AI tasks. This is a significant leap forward in efficiency, especially for applications that require vast amounts of computational power. If ternary computing can overcome the current challenges and achieve widespread adoption, it could be a game changer for the entire technology industry. So, will ternary computing replace binary? It's unlikely. Instead, binary and ternary computing will likely coexist, each serving its own purpose depending on the specific requirements of a given application. For example, ternary computing could be particularly useful in situations where energy efficiency and computational power are of paramount importance, such as in AI and machine learning applications, data centers, and mobile devices. The key takeaway is that ternary computing offers an exciting alternative to the binary system that has dominated computing for the past 7 decades. The future of computing is not just about improving existing technologies, it's about daring to explore new possibilities. Ternary computing represents one of those possibilities, a technology that could unlock new levels of efficiency, reduce power consumption, and increase computational speed. Just as the Soviet Union once explored a third state in computing and was ahead of its time, we may be on the cusp of a new era in which ternary computing becomes a key player in the future of technology. Ternary computing may not replace binary, but it has the potential to redefine what is possible in the world of computing, offering solutions to the energy and efficiency challenges of modern technology. It's time to rethink what's possible in the world of computing. The next leap forward could very well be ternary.